3.
And you with Geniene from The Real South Africa. And of course it's a Real South Africa in our new studio. It's like so exciting. So it's fine. It's final. It's like after years and years and years of looking for my own studio, I finally got one.
Congratulations.
Cool. And you are our first guest.
Thank you.
And Anel is our first co-host on the show.
I love it. There's so many firsts going on today. Absolutely. Yes, I love it.
So it's a real first. And of course it's such a delight to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Especially considering you bringing out such an amazing book. So it's Candida Mosoma.
That is my name.
Did I say it correctly?
100%.
I thought it was like something like I just, because I just look forward to interviewing people whose names are Jane Smith. It's like so exciting when I get a normal name. But I end up with a name I could usually not pronounce.
No, but this one is pretty straightforward, yes.
So tell us a little bit about you.
So, that is a loaded question. There's so much about me. Professionally, I am a performer. I studied in musical theater, and I've been performing in the musical theater profession for about 20 years, my goodness.
And one of your big roles apparently is the Lion King?
Currently I'm in the Lion King on the West End.
Yes.
But I'm a swing.
What are you?
I'm a swing. This time around for this installation.
What is a swing?
Swing is a person that pretty much does every role.
Oh goodness!
So I understudy Rafiki, who is
he's the
storyteller.
baboon, yeah.
Yes, the storyteller, and the shaman storyteller, and goodness, Shenzi. My memory just faded.
Oh, that's all right. I must tell you a story about the Lion King. When my son was little, the Lion King came out, and I went over to Disney on it with a travel company.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I bought the videos. But there they only, remember we had VHS and there was another format. And I could only get the other format. So I had to come back to South Africa and have them translated over into the VHS format that we used.
Yes.
And my son was, I don't know, 2 or 3 at the time. And in went the video when he wasn't stuffing things into the front of the video machine. But we put this thing in and he just fell in love with Lion King. So he sat there every morning at his little green table with his food and his breakfast, and the Lion King would start. But it didn't have to start anywhere. It had to start where the lines went down, where it went beep, and they showed all the different colored lines.
From
the very
beginning.
And then he would sit there until it was time for him to go to school, which was usually about a quarter of a way through the movie. It was time to go to nursery school, and off he would go, and he would come back at lunchtime and say, Lion King. So the Lion King would have to go right back to the beginning and right back to the lines. It could never start in the middle. No, it had to. So eventually the people like my daughter and my husband and the maid and whoever was in the house, we could have acted any part in the Lion King. And we always used to say, if the Lion King came to South Africa and they were going to make a South African version, I could play any part.
So literally, you're doing exactly
I could play
what
Scar, I could play Simba,
Yes,
I could play, and we had every single Disney item from McDonald's and wherever else. We had all the balls, we had all the parts for the Lion King. He loved the Lion King. Eventually the tape got too thin and it started to wear out. And we had to have it recopied because we still had the original that I'd brought from the US. So we made about 4 copies in the end by the time he finally got bored with the Lion King. So you see how delightful it is to have you in the studio as my very first. I'm going to send him a copy of this show.
I wish your son was here today so we could have a conversation
he's in New
with
Zealand.
Oh,
He's
wow.
32 now. He's a big boy. And he was sitting there when he was little watching. And there we were in the kitchen saying all the words, singing all the songs. We could say it, we've word. So if you need an understudy, phone me.
An understudy for me, okay? Because I'm the swing man.
Absolutely. That's the first time I've heard that too, actually.
I've never as well. So KHANYI, what is your favorite role that you play in Lion King? Or that you can in the understudy?
Okay, so let's go back to like my career in the Lion King. So I'd been Shenzi when the Lion King first came to South Africa.
Correct.
So I played Shenzi then.
Yeah.
And then when we went on to the international tour, we toured for about five years. I played Shenzi there as well. And then on the UK tour, I played Shenzi. And then now that I'm on the West End, I'm understudy Shenzi, understudy Rafiki, and all the female ensemble roles.
And which theatre is it on?
The Lyceum.
Oh, the Lyceum's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So we have South Africans who watch the show,
Yes.
who live in the English suburbs,
Yeah.
you know, all over England and in
Definitely
London.
have to go and see
So
the
they
show.
have to go and see the show and meet
Oh, I'd
you and
love
say
to.
hello, because there's a real South African on the West End.
Yes.
Very exciting.
There's a lot of us, a lot of South Africans on the
Oh,
West End.
really?
Yes. Because apparently there's usually a certain amount of South Africans that have to be in each production so that the show can
Remains.
hold authenticity
Yeah.
for sound, especially. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to KHANYI and the Kite.
A
Yes.
storybook,
A
Andy.
storybook.
And I think this
What
is just
inspired this? What inspired a storytelling?
A storytelling. Well, I've been telling other people's stories all my life, and I've always been writing. I've always been journaling, and it's always been realistic and about my personal experiences what I write. And I felt like just for once, let me escape out of myself, and I just started writing, and then I created this.
and I love that it's poems.
Yes.
I love the fact that it rhymes, because
Yes.
I always loved writing poems at school.
Oh yeah.
I used to, as long as it rhymed, and if a word doesn't rhyme, you chuck the word and find another one.
Yes.
With rhymes is that it's actually more memorable. So
Yes.
the lesson that you are trying to teach through the poems is actually what is coming through to the children.
Yes.
Is this your first book?
This is my first book of a series that I'm hoping to create.
So these characters,
It's
tell us
so
about
cool.
the characters in
I
this
just
book.
love this. In Kokwani's kitchen, snug and bright, the smell of baking bread, KHANYI's favourite delight.
Yes.
They wrapped and stitched and glued just right, with beads and feathers we made a kite.
Yes.
See, they're so cool.
It's
We did it,
beautiful.
Granny. Just look at that sight. And also authentically dressed
Yes.
in our bright colours of Africa.
Yep.
I love the bright colours
That's
of Africa.
why Kokwani can be recognized as a South African grandmother, as an African grandmother as well. Because even though I want to hold on to my South African heritage and my Tsonga heritage, I also want it to be accessible internationally as well, not just funneled only to one heritage. So that's why Kokwani can be seen as anybody's grandmother.
So here's the question. Here begs the question. Are you creating a series of kites?
Kite! Oh my
Because
God, yes.
imagine how that would take children away from their phones.
I am loving
Ah,
this idea.
You just gave me an
Yes.
idea.
I think it would be awesome because we think, you know, a kite is something that takes you away from
It's
your
a
phone.
little bit of physical exercise.
Yes.
Get them
Yes.
outside.
And it lifts their eyes
Yes.
also to the heavens and not only to the floor, so they learn how
Yes.
to look up. So we can inspire
Exactly.
this by the kites, teaching them how
Especially
to
this
fly
design
high.
of the clothing, that you know, this blue design that's on here.
Yeah.
I think that would be such a great design for a kite.
Yes.
You
What is
know?
the biggest message you want to give with this storybook?
To never give up on your dreams, and also to hold on to the fact that family is important,
Your roots.
and your roots. And even though you might think you're alone, there are people out there, even though you may not know them, who are very willing and happy to help you when you're in need.
Absolutely. And when do you go back to London?
Monday.
No! No!
So this was literally a flying trip. I've been here for 2 weeks.
Sure.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's been, I just, you've got a storyteller tomorrow, haven't you?
Yes, so my official launch is tomorrow in Pretoria. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait. I have.
And are you going to have your kites ready for them? You know,
Oh,
you do
goodness.
have 24 hours.
Oh goodness, I've got so much more prep to do. I hadn't even thought of a kite, so I've got
But you
so
can
much-
buy one from the hobby store.
Well,
And
it
you
depends
should
on the
maybe
weather
have
as
it
well.
with you. No, but just have it with you. I think it'd be great because most of our children
Yes.
haven't seen a kite.
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
If you look around you,
Yeah.
do you see kites in the sky?
You don't.
No, not really.
Do you
no.
see kites anywhere? You don't. You
No,
see children
I
on
don't
cell phones, but you
True.
don't see children with kites.
100%.
And I guarantee if you have a kite there tomorrow, the kids will go, is that a kite?
And this is just
100%.
the enticing of what is going to come. So you
What-
say, this is what
exactly.
is, this is what's coming. So watch the space.
Yes, we're
Visit
building
the
on.
website. Go, this is how we are working with this. Who are you looking to to sponsor this for you, or to be a partnership in this program where you are doing a whole series of books?
Firstly, I would love the education sectors to be a part of this, because the main thing that my heart has been gravitating towards is literacy is very important, and it should be tackled on at younger ages. And I go back to that story, it must have been, I think in 2019, when there was an incident when books were dumped. Do you remember that incident? Where a whole case of books were dumped. So my thing is, we as individuals, as people of the community, should be more steadfast in plowing into the education sector.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't be just holding back and hoping for the education sector to guide our children. We should be guiding our children where they should be going, because I mean, I'm not pointing any fingers or accusing anyone, but I think that we also need to take responsibility for the education of our children.
Where does that responsibility start?
Yeah.
It starts
Where
at
does
home.
it start?
It starts at home.
So now we have different platforms where parents they don't have both parents.
100%.
So how are we going to make this accessible?
Mm.
We have to find a way to say
NGOs.
Absolutely.
this is the place. There's a forum in South Africa called the Youth Humanity Impact Forum,
Oh yes.
where businesses are focused on getting young people skilled, educated, taken care of on all different levels, and businesses invest in our youth.
Yes.
So this is something that we look at the age market where, let's say, call it 5 to 10. What is your age market?
3 to 7.
3 to 7.
Yeah.
So, and then you grow on this into another platform where
Yes.
it's 7 to 10.
Correct.
And then we make it accessible.
Exactly.
You came
Exactly.
to the hub of good ideas today.
I did. This is a well of good ideas. Yes.
And it would be wonderful to talk to people like children, to have them in the studio as well,
Yes,
and
yes.
have them reenact what's happening in this book.
Yeah.
Because that would be really cool, because that's the start of a stage career.
Most definitely.
Is when you're able to read and you're able to speak and you're able to throw your voice out there.
Exactly.
I think that is so
it's
cool.
the confidence that comes behind education.
And
You
it's
need
just
to be
being able to
educated.
read.
Exactly.
You know, we were talking
Exactly.
about handwriting the other day, because
Yeah.
we have badges for conferences that we do. And we're saying when people come after the badges have been printed and then they have to write the
Yeah.
person's name,
How
the
frustrating.
handwriting is terrible. The handwriting is just
Never
dreadful.
mind.
So now we
Doctor's
we have a
handwriting, we just have
printer
to guess.
nearby and we just print them. We just say to them type and print, because the handwriting is, we can't read it.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, and I think children have so much more to learn. I looked at my watch this morning, and it struck me that Keith's granddaughter used to live with us, and we said to her something about a time, and she said she doesn't know how to read a clock.
Oh, like
Oh,
They only know
yes.
how to
Analog.
read a digital.
Analog,
They
yeah.
don't know how to read a clock.
Oh.
I was like, what do you mean you don't know how to read a clock? Everybody knows how to read a clock. It's like tiny
Is that
shillings.
not what they don't?
And she said,
that's
no,
not-
they only know how to read 9:49, but they don't know where these
Where
hands
the-
belong.
Yeah. It's
And you know how
absolutely
sad that is,
shocking.
because this is like a compass. When we want somebody to look somewhere, we say, look, they're at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Yes. And you know
And-
exactly where
and the
2
kids are
o'clock
kind of
is.
going, what do you mean they're at 2 o'clock? There's no watch around here.
And
And we don't know, because a
Yes.
clock has got a hand that
Yeah.
shows the 2.
Yes.
And people aren't teaching those kids the clock anymore.
No.
So this is why this is so important, because it teaches kids how to write poetry as well.
100%. But when you say that, I think I remember there was a post on social media where they even asked adults how to read a clock,
Yeah.
and adults didn't know how to.
Yeah, because I think there was a generation where the
Yeah.
generation changed
Just
from non-computer to computerized, and that changeover happened in about the late 90s. So you'll
Sure.
find anybody now who's in their 30s, kind of mid-30s,
Yes.
even like myself who's 65, I'm very tech aware, because tech came out while I was still working and while I was still when I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So now I carry tech into my 60s and 70s, whereas my mom and dad weren't that tech aware
No.
because it didn't happen when they were younger.
And the first cell phones only came out way after we left school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kenny, I want to ask you another question. In terms of the inspiration for this,
Mm-hmm.
what inspired you to become part of the industry that you're in? This is now the end result of years of investment into your own career.
Mhm.
But what made you or inspired you walk into this industry?
Musical theatre. That's a very good question, because I never intended to be in musical theatre. When I was in matric and they said, "What are you going to study?" I did not even have an idea of being in musical theatre. I love musical theatre, Sound of Music, Little Mermaid. I watched all the Disneys and I loved them, but I never ever thought that I wanted to be in musical theatre. So in matric, they said, "What are you going to study?" I looked at the course books and I was like, okay, I'm good in art. I'm going to study fine art. I applied everywhere, but I wasn't accepted. My heart wasn't that. It was shattered. Okay, let's be honest about it. I was shattered. And I then went back to the course books and to find out what's available out there. So I went to the TT one and I was just going through the pages, paging through the books. And I found a course called Musical Theatre. Requirements, singing, acting, dancing. I passed the drama one because I was like, acting alone, I'm not sure about that. I've never acted and I don't have the best confidence. Even though I've been in choir since standard 1, since primary school, I was like, okay, here's one, musical theatre. It says singing, acting, dancing. I think I can sing, I can hold a note. I've been in choir, I'll be good. Acting, I can try. Dancing, maybe I can learn. So it was literally a gamble. I applied for it. They asked me to come for the audition. I went for the audition, and the rest is history. Literally.
That is so cool. That is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's good
What's
that you
next?
followed your dream as well.
And what
to
is
be
the
able to
next new exciting thing for you besides doing a whole series of this?
What's next?
write. Yeah, you should make her read a clock,
Yes.
tie a shoelace.
Yes.
True.
Do all those things that
we
kids-
did.
that we did.
That we did.
Because I think we're going back onto that track.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a big swing sort of away from digital and trying to recover some of that fun stuff that we did
Yes.
without having to take selfies or take our phones along and record your food.
Yes.
We could eat just for fun.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a great way
really
for
nice.
children to relearn those things because they're relearning through,
Yeah.
have you got a clock? Let's give you a clock that KHANYI's got.
Yeah.
And it's got her hands that turn, because that's what they did with Disney. They had
Yes.
Mickey doing the hands.
Yeah.
So you make her do the hands.
Yes.
And she's
Ideas.
funky. She's
Ideas.
just so funky.
Love it.
And
She's
you
really
need
funky.
puppets. We need the dolls. We need plush animals.
We need the
on this.
plushies.
Yes.
We need the plushies.
Yes, we absolutely need that. Okay, that is exciting. So this lesson in this specific book, what is your lesson in this book?
As I said before, never to give up.
Never give up.
Yeah.
What is lesson 2 going to be?
Lesson 2. Lesson.
Read a clock.
No. Let's go to the back. So this is the next book. So it's KHANYI on Safari.
And
So-
here's a perfect safari idea for her.
Oh yeah.
Gorillas are just cool. I mean, we've got Mr. Gorilla sitting right here. Keith is an inflatable gorilla. And if you make her go on safari, let her meet the gorillas. Because gorillas are beautiful and they're so photogenic. And we've noticed, we try to find chimpanzees. We've struggled with chimpanzees.
Yeah.
But gorillas seem to have such picturesque ways of coming across to children.
True.
But chimpanzees can do the same.
Yeah.
I mean, and right now with Jane Goodall having just passed away, it's very topical.
Mm-hmm.
And it may teach children, because they're so human, they're very close to being human. We can do something with and we actually
you can
sponsor
humanize
the chimpanzee in Ngamba Island.
Oh wow.
Because that's one of Jane Goodall's rescue centres.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
That would be awesome if she goes on safari and meet all the endangered animals.
Oh. Well,
Then
I've
we
already
can do it
written
in-
the book though.
That is so
She's-
cool.
The book is waiting to come out. So it's mostly about our indigenous animals though. Yeah, so it's a lesson on how we should respect our animals here in SA, as well as how beautiful they are, and just to learn the animals that we have here. Not to let them go by, because some of them are on their way out.
Correct.
as we know. Yeah.
Rhinos.
And we
Yes,
can
case in point.
literally raise awareness through
Yes.
this book.
1,000%. Yes, yes.
I think that's
But it's
such a nice
also it's got like some anecdotal moments, safari. So it's got I'm not gonna say because the book's gotta come out. So
But where
it's
can
got
people
something
find
else.
these books?
Um,
The
in-
book and the colouring in book, I presume, goes together.
they're
Otherwise,
bo-
you wouldn't know the story.
True. So they're both on my website. I haven't done a combo deal for them yet, so they're both individual. So
And is it Mbilu Tales?
Tales? Yes.
Mbilu.
Tales.
Mbilu Tales.
So Mbilu in
In
my
Tsonga?
native language,
Yes.
Tsonga, means heart. So it's heart stories, my heart stories that I've put on paper. And you can also find me on Instagram, which is the same, Mbilu Tales, and on TikTok, which is Mbilu.tales. And currently in South Africa, the book is only available on my website. But outside of SA, it's on Amazon internationally, and in the UK, direct on my website. And I'm connecting to other channels as well in the UK for distribution.
And hopefully we can get them into the South African stores
Yes.
where they can buy them off the shelf, because there's so many South African stores around the
Yeah.
world.
Yes, they are.
And this is such a South African story.
It is. It is.
So if anybody wants to reach you, how do they find you?
They find me on Mbilu Tales, my website.
Your website.
Yes.
Okay.
And my email address is story@mbelutales.com.
.com. Beautiful. Just so fabulous. Candida, it's been such a pleasure.
Oh, it's been a
It's
big
really
pleasure
nice to
meeting
have you in
you.
the studio. And I hope to see you soon with your
Yes.
kite.
Yes,
And
yes,
I
thanks
mean, we
for
have to do the kite.
ideas,
The
yes.
kites have got to be for sale in the South African stores as well.
Yes.
Don't forget that.
Yes.
Proudly South African first.
Proudly South African indeed first.
Yeah.
And it's been so
Indeed.
nice to have Anel with me in the studio.
Thank you.
I hope we're
Thank
going to
you.
do lots more together.
Yes, I hope
It's
so
really
too as
awesome to
well.
have her in the
But
studio.
thanks for your time.
You're a
and,
great combo as well. I would have thought that you've been doing this together for a while.
We've known each other for a while, but we haven't
yes.
done much together. No, we
Yeah.
kind of just hooked up through LinkedIn.
Oh,
Actually.
nice.
Yeah, we
Oh,
found each
nice.
other on LinkedIn, which was quite cool. Because we
Wow.
worked together many years ago, and then kind of wandered on our own directions, and then here we are again today.
Everything happens for a reason and
In a
at the right
season.
time.
In a
At the-
season.
And at the right time.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
It
you
was
so
lovely.
much for having me. It's been wonderful.
Thank you, and I hope you don't stay and understudy for long. I'm Geniene
Yes.
from The Real South Africa with Candida and Anel in the studio on our very first broadcast.